Patriot Prime Reviews is a channel for adult collectors and may not be suitable for children under 13 years of age. Viewer discretion is advised.
This video is sponsored by Toyhax.com. They're your one-stop shop for reproduction decals for your vintage G1 Transformers and upgrade decals for your modern bots. Weaponry for your figures from the Toyhax Armory, and great-looking backdrops for your display from Toy Stages. And when you visit Toyhax.com, make sure and use my monthly promo code to save 15% off your order. So yes, 15% off when you use my promo code right here. So check out Toyhax.com and make your collection stand out from the rest. And tell them Patriot Prime sent you. Now, on to the video. The featured bot in this video is the brand new Transformers Legacy Evolution Axlegrease. Now, taking a quick look at the packaging, we've got Axlegrease herself behind the open window, so you can reach in and molest her if you'd like. Great looking artwork of Axlegrease in her vehicle mode right there. Transformers along the side, Transformers Legacy Evolution along the bottom. The side of the box features some great artwork of Axlegrease rushing into battle and an up-close shot of her face. Back of the packaging features product shots of Axlegrease in her robot mode, vehicle mode, and her parts mode. She's a modulator. This side of the box features the same Legacy Evolution artwork that we've seen since Wave 1. So now, without further ado, let's get Axlegrease all opened up out of this packaging and check her out. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and welcome to Patriot Prime Reviews. Now, once you get Axlegrease all opened up and out of her packaging, you'll see that she does come with a sheet of instructions that, as usual, is very well illustrated and easy to follow. She also comes with two of these large hand cannons, a left and a right, two of these little pistols, a left and a right, and two of these exhausts. And yes, you guessed it, a left and a right. She also comes with this hook. Then, of course, you've got Axlegrease herself. Now, Axlegrease here is a major retool of Legacy Scraphook, and I was really impressed with how much of a retool she actually is. When I first saw her online, I thought she was just a repaint with a couple extra parts, but boy was I wrong. The only parts that she shares with Scraphook is the shoulders and the waist. Everything else is a new sculpt. So taking a closer look at the figure, love the head sculpt, love the face sculpt. She has a very feminine look to her, which is something I really appreciate in my fembots, and I dig it. She's got the white crest right there with, I don't know, it kind of looks like a weird helmet. She's got a pink visor, silver face, dark gray helmet moving on down to the chest. Nice purple with a really cool silver design right there. Purple Decepticon insignia. Moving on down, let's see, that is all the paint applications until we get down to the feet, where she's got some blue for the headlights there on her toes. So all in all, great looking figure. Articulation is exactly the same as Scraphook's, so we're not going to get into that. If you want to see my full video on Scraphook, just click the link above. Now let's take a look at her accessories. The two hand cannons she comes with, you can place those in her hand like so. Like I said, it's a left and a right, so you're going to have this little purple section here that will go over her wrist. And I actually like the looks of these. That's pretty cool. You can take the hook and put the hook inside a hand cannon, so you kind of have a hook gun, but I'm not a big fan of that. And these hand cannons are blast effect compatible, so if you happen to have a blast effect lying around, you can plug that right in. Well, supposedly. Yep, there you go. So now you have her opening fire. But I like to have these hand cannons mounted on her wrist. If I can get them out of her hand, Just put the larger peg in like so. Actually, I prefer to switch sides. That purple section is kind of flared out more along her arm. So there you go. I've got her forearm guns on. Now we'll take a look at the little pistols here. These actually combine to form an engine. So that's what they'll look like combined together. You can also leave them combined as a double barrel pistol, or of course, separate like so. And those will go in her hand. Just to give you an idea what those look like. She comes with a lot of accessories, which I like. So there we have the little pistols, which are also blast effect compatible. So there you go. And like I showed earlier, you can just combine them both together into a double barrel pistol and put them in her hand like so. Then we have the hook. This is the same hook that Scraphook had. I like to put that in her hand, kind of like a melee weapon or a 80s serial killer slasher weapon. And then you have the mufflers, which are the exact same thing that came with Scraphook. Now with Scraphooks, I put them on his back like so, but for Axlegrease, I'm going to put them on her shins or down here by her calves. Kind of give her those Hermes wings. Just something to really differentiate her from Scraphook. So there you go. We've got Axlegrease all armed and ready for battle. Now let's get her transformed into her vehicle mode. Now unlike Scraphook, Axlegrease's transformation is a pain in the butt. Back here where the arms fold in, because she's a modulator, her arms can pop off. Her arms constantly popped off when trying to transform her. I had no problem whatsoever with Scraphook, but I don't know what the deal is with Axlegrease. Every time I try to squeeze these together, to get the forearms to attach like so, they just kept popping off, so be aware of that. Now, let's add the accessories onto this vehicle, and we're going to start off with the engine. These are the two little pistols from earlier, and what you do, make sure they're combined together. You got the two holes right there, and make sure the barrels go toward the window. Put those in just like so. And there's the engine, and that looks badass. I love that. Now you're going to take the hand cannons, and these actually combine together too. So let's see. They got these little slots right there. Squeeze those together. So you got that going on. And then that's going to go right here on the back. You've got the 4 pegs. They're going to line up with the holes in the forearms and the fists. Let's get those in. So there you have the back. You got this huge engine back there, these thrusters. Now we've got the exhaust. And just like with Scraphook, we're going to put the exhaust right there in front of the rear wheel. Drop the vehicle. Put the other side. And now we have the hook that's left. Just peg it in right there on the back. There you have Axlegrease's vehicle mode. And I love that. That just screams Mad Max. That looks so cool. Now for comparisons, I'm going to bring in Towline, which is an exact repaint of Scraphook, except for the head sculpt. I'm just too lazy to transform Scraphook. But they're exactly the same, him and Scraphook, so we can take a look at the differences between these two molds. Starting off with the front end. Big difference there. The engine section's different. The spikes, instead of on top of the hood, are along the side. The windows are completely different. The spikes on top of the windows are different. Side windows, they have more of a race car mesh to them. You've got the extension with the engine. It makes the windows, more windows along the side. Wheels are pretty much the same. The mufflers are the same. Axlegrease doesn't have the tire shield. She does have the hook. And you see the hook right there. So I love this vehicle mode. Oh yeah, and look here, the doors are exactly the same. So there's more similar parts than I first mentioned in the beginning of the video, but still, this is an awesome car and I love it. It looks so good and just very, very post-apocalyptic. I dig it. Transformers Legacy Evolution Axlegrease is a great reuse of the Scraphook mold. A much better reuse than Towline here. And if you want to see my quick looks video of him, just click the link above. I really like Axlegrease's colors. The robot mode looks awesome. I adore the vehicle mode. Anytime there is a Transformer with a Mad Max post-apocalyptic theme, I just love it. It just screams 80s to me. Now, one thing I did forget to show you is you can leave the pistols, the engine pieces, in her shins, just like with Scraphook there. So there's another option for you if you don't want to use them as a weapon. So yeah, if you see a Legacy Axlegrease on the shelf and you're a big fan of Scraphook, pick her up. You're not going to be disappointed. Now guys, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to click that bell icon to get notified when I upload new videos. Also, if you're in any position to help out the channel, I do have a super thanks button, and I also offer channel memberships. And I have to give a huge shout out and thank you to all my current channel members, because it's your support that helps keep this channel going. Once again, guys, this is Patriot Prime, signing out. Hooah!